we out here for another episode of the Tempo Show,
Yes,
man.
yes.
I have, well, let me go ahead and introduce. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. That's all right.
Scorpion Reds, what's going on? Y'all might know me on Instagram or on YouTube. Put the morning slide. What's going on?
What's popping off, man?
Hey.
What's going on in these streets, man? It's glad to finally have you up in this thing. Man.
First off, let me tell y'all about these fancy ass niggas. These niggas is in here eating white chocolate M&Ms and getting porn star sexy. This nigga done dropped out the baby oil on the bitch.
I'm like, not to look ashy. That's the whole kill.
He's giving me straight Godiva chocolate. He said, "Hold on, let me glisten up for a bitch." I'm like, "Hold on,
glisten up.
Hold on, make me feel special. It's okay."
You know, trying to make you feel very comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. What's going on?
Man, we out here cooling it, man. It's
yes.
It is a beautiful Friday.
Indeed.
Friday, right? Yeah. Time be going fast, don't it?
Boy.
Telling you.
Longest time going fast to get to that tax money, nigga, cause I got some shopping to do.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I done set my shit up so that I ain't even getting no taxes back. So yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, because you know, they're basically you're paying interest on the money that you're already owed. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So it's like instead of you could either 1099 and just play your taxes at the end of the year, or
get it during the year.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're paying the government interest when you do that. You know what I'm saying? On money that they already owe you.
I want my money now. I mean, right now. Okay.
Oh my goodness, motherfuckers out here.
Hotline bling.
Hotline bling up in this
joint.
Motherfuckers.
I hope you ain't got nobody about to slide up, pop up like, man, I had a nigga just pop all the way the fuck up on me at my house today.
Right.
We need to talk about that. How you feel about pop-ups?
Man, that's wild as shit. Like I've never. Have I ever done it?
Nigga had me like 50 Shades of Grey fucked up today.
How long? Like, all right. So what's the relationship, or what was the history behind it? Like, was it like y'all were currently messing with each other, or what? Or y'all just stopped talking? What was the deal behind it?
No. I haven't seen this person since, like, y'all know this is the retrograde. Oh, in case y'all know, I do tarot card readings as well. So follow the hashtag Scorpion Reds Tarot, and you can check out free tarot readings and stuff. I do monthlies for all the zodiac signs. Every now and then I pop up on YouTube and I do free live readings. So, like I said, it's the retrograde going on right now. So everybody is being affected by the retrograde. So if you got like a whole bunch of your exes popping back up and shit, that explains it. So this is someone that I haven't seen in like 2.5, 3 years because of the retrograde.
No, we was going into your story. You know what I'm
saying? Yes. Okay.
All right. So he was like, he said he was outside.
Yeah, he said he was outside. So like I'm in the middle of my live and I'm just like, I'm so sorry, y'all. Like this and that. It's about to be some nigga shit about to pop off. So I was just like, look, I'm about to do 2 more readings and I'm about to hop the fuck off. By the time I hopped off, I called him and he was like within walking distance from my house. Like shit, I'm just like, this nigga was real live at my fucking door. Like,
had he ever done that prior to?
Hell no. I think he only been to my house like maybe twice. And that was like back in 2016. I'm surprised this nigga even really know where I still live at.
He probably was like down the street and he was probably like, you know what I'm saying? Since I'm right here, let me go and holler at him. You know what I'm saying? Right?
But you need to call somebody first. Like how you feel?
He was trying to call you, but you wasn't picking up the phone.
But that still give you the inclination. But that still give you the inclination as a man to still come on to a bitch house and just go ahead and knock on her shit.
Fuck no. That shit was still wrong. That shit like I never do that shit.
Now, I know I'm a female. I know how I'm looking at it. And a lot of women they think that's endearing sometimes for a man to
like it shows that you care a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of women, because I called one of my girlfriends. I was like, girl, this nigga just popped up at my sheds. And she's like, girl, girl, yes, how'd you feel? You know, girl. I was like, girl, no, what you mean how I feel? That shit is no, bitch. She's like, girl, what is wrong? I would love for a nigga to pop. I'm like, well, I ain't that bitch. Don't be popping up at my shit.
Facts. Like, man, you don't know what type of crazy shit 2 years ago, bro. Like, you could have a whole family by now. You could have a whole husband for real. Like, come on now. That shit wild as shit.
So do men, is there ever a situation for a man where they look at it where it might be like a sign of just love and endearment? Like, damn, like she can't pop up at my shit. Damn, like. Do men ever look at it like that?
Well, I guess, yeah, sometimes. I mean, if a girl is out here, you know what I'm saying, really, not for me. Now that I think about it, no, not for me, because I can have other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to fucking have any mix-ups. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit too wild for me.
Yeah, wow.
So that didn't leave a good impression on you.
No, it did not. The fuck you mean? It's my. I would have been nice to see you. Well, no, it's not nice, and you should have called me, and I got shit to do. While I'm right here, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't.
Why did y'all stop talking? Why did y'all stop talking in the first place? Keep it a buck. We need some drink for it. We need some drink.
Yeah, I need to sync to myself with the universe first before we have this conversation.
Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck time.
So that's why on my page, if y'all follow me,
and I've seen your page, so I have a couple guesses, but I'm gonna let you
Instagram.
go ahead.
What's your guess?
Nope.
No. I want to know your guess first. I want to know your guess.
I mean, well, you have a couple pet peeves that you have.
I do.
You have a couple pet peeves.
What do you think it might be? Out of all of my pet peeves, which one do you think it might have been?
His dick little?
Actually, it wasn't.
Oh, well, then I have no idea, because you make a lot of videos on that. Like, you always playing no goddamn games on that. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, okay, all right.
You know what? At my last job, I was working at MedStar, and I had a patient coming in. And she sat down with me and a couple of the medical assistants, and she let us know. She said, "Look, I'm about 60-something years old. Don't lower your standards. Don't marry no nigga with no little dick." And she was like dead ass serious about that shit. Could you imagine, like, seriously? And that's where we need to get to. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. We need to seriously have a conversation with it. That's why I asked on my page, like, what is it about? Seriously, is it more so about the sexual connection, or is it more about the emotional connection? Like, if you're really, really not satisfied, can that emotional connection really hold you through the test of time of you being married to someone 25, 30 years or something? If you could go 25, 30 years without being sexually satisfied because your connection with that person is because that woman told all of us on the floor, don't marry no nigga with no little dick that you're not satisfied with.
Fair enough. But let's look at this from a whole perspective.
Girl,
right? All right. So it's already let's talk about how tough it is for black women right now. Let's talk about how hard it is. All right, because so I'm a mix in a little bit of the statistics, some intellectual with some regular. All right. So the science is pretty much settled. Women date across and down the dominance hierarchy. Women date across and up the dominance hierarchy when it comes to, men, right? So that means that they want men specifically that are either on their level, and this is now obviously this isn't everybody. My aunt or my brother. No. This is a general statement, right? So they tend to want men who are on the same level, whether it be intellectually, financially, or up. And men date across the spectrum and down, right? So you're
I agree with you.
Now the problem is with dating across the spectrum and up is knowing the type of society we have now. Number one, black women are one of the highest employed, and black men are one of the lowest employed. You know what I'm saying? So the chances of you finding somebody who is even across or up is now lower. You know what I'm saying? Now, factor that part in when you also have to find a guy that you're attracted to.
Okay.
Right? Then you have to find a guy who is not gay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then you talk about all these things. So now every time I add something, I've just made the pool smaller.
This is the Washington DC's of the Americas.
You know what I'm saying?
So Mecca, the down low man. But that's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, it is a whole nother conversation. But so everything that you add, it makes the pool smaller and smaller. So now you factoring in a whole nother additive that a man can't have a small dick. Now, what is a small dick to you?
Anything under 7 inches.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I think that's that's really the black people standard, but the real standard when it comes across the real standard when it comes across what do you call it? Generally in population, I believe the average is 5.5, if I'm not mistaken. I could look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's around 5. It's not. I don't even think it's 6, but
baffled and bewildered.
That's exactly what it is. So now that you put the standard, you just also, when you put that somebody has to have 7 inches of up. Number one, you're above the standard, right? Above the, let's say you're right at the average. So
well, you said well endowed. So well endowed is 7.
There you go. But you saying ain't no really, you can't fuck with no, or so you saying, so that's
okay. No, hold on. Hold on. Let's back it up. I don't want to deal with anyone under 7 inches. However, recently I've come to the realization it's not about the dick size.
Oh, you recently?
It's about the connection.
All right. What made you come to this revelation? Because you be talking some mad shit. You talk mad shit on goddamn Instagram. So what made you come to this conclusion? You know what I'm saying? And shout out whatever this guy is. Because he, like, I'm telling you, bro, he made an impression.
Because, okay, all right, so it was like, all right, so I was in a situation where it was like, all right, the dude that I met, personality and everything, he was amazing, but I was just used to a certain standard. Like, I ain't seen nothing that size in like years, like, you know what I'm saying? So mentally,
if you had to make a guess, give a guess on it. 4,
how long
5?
It's been?
No, I'm talking about how small. Like, you talking about like 4, 5, 6? You hadn't seen 6 in a while?
He was like 6 inches. He was like 6 inches.
Okay, all right.
I hope he was.
Right, I mean, you're just making look guesstimates, but all right, I got you.
I hope he was, in the name of, oh Lord, I hope he was. Oh God, hold on, I hope I was.
It's so silly.
Oh, no, I almost had a whole out of body experience. So, oh God, you just said 6 inches and it fucked my brain up. What was we talking about again? Like, I'm dead ass.
So you was talking about this new revelation that it's about.
Oh yes, connection. Okay, so. Because he was amazing, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt mentally, my mind, I felt like, when I seen it, I was just like, this ain't gonna work, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a difference between niggas that they know they got regular dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, they make love to your whole body. Like, they be trying to massage the back of your ear and be just fucking the back of your kneecap. They just be, they be licking your fingers and just, oh my God, they'll make you orgasm just off of sucking on your toes before they even get to the pussy.
Wow,
it's just
the toes. Wow, we getting it in. We getting deep. All right, that's lit. Hey, look. So, and that's, I mean, you
and niggas with big dicks. Okay, niggas with big dicks, sometimes it's like they know they got big dicks, so they know they ain't gotta work as hard, because niggas with big dicks, like bitches, they just be happy to be around a nigga with a big dick. But I'm a whole grown ass woman though. So it ain't about, I done seen a lot of, I'm not gonna say I seen a lot. I done seen some nice ass dicks before, so I ain't impressed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nigga, fuck, you know what, like I say, what that mouth do? Nigga, what the fuck you can do with the dick? Nigga, can you lock my shit up? Can you lock me up? I'm trying to be, y'all see that shit on Facebook, that bitch that was in the hospital, she like, she couldn't stop coming. You ain't see that shit?
I thought that shit was fake. I seen that.
Was that fake?
I think that shit was, I mean, I don't know if it was fake, but that shit seemed fake.
I want to try it. I want to slightly try this shit. Lock my shit up like that.
That would be some type
Send me to the
that would be some type of hell. Before you have a heart attack.
That did seem like it would hurt, though. That did seem like it might have been agony. But I just want to experience it like for maybe 3 minutes, and then it can go away.
Say, yeah, 3 minutes. Damn,
3 minutes.
3 minutes is a long time.
That is a long time.
That's a long time. That
to be coming.
That might like fuck you up. That'll fuck you up psychologically.
That
you know
might.
What I'm saying? Like.
But I'm crazy.
That's like fucking with heroin or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm crazy. I want to try.
Well,
I want to see if there's a nigga out there that can really do that shit.
I don't think so. I'm making it.
But what made me come to the revelation is because, like, and the sex wasn't even bad with Slim. It was like really, really good. Like, it was really, really good. I was satisfied. But so, okay. you know how sometimes y'all niggas, y'all be complaining about bitches be lazy, bitches don't be trying ride, bitches don't be trying to do this, and that.
Facts.
I felt like in a situation because of the size, like for me to be able to really get what I needed to be on top and do the majority of the work. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I want to be thrashed. I want to be destroyed. I need massacre. I need red rum. I need a Stephen King novel to happen right here, nigga. I'm trying to damn near be an inch from death. I need you to fucking murder this shit.
But you can't murder everybody because, like, at the end of the day,
you can't murder everybody.
See, because sometimes, like, even when you
sometimes a bitch want to be slaughtered.
But it's even certain, like, all right, so you want to get murdered, but some bitches ain't flexible, right? So you talking about getting murdered, you know what I'm saying? But you can't even really lift your leg. You over here with your back doing. I'm not talking about you. Oh. I'm saying where we talk. I thought we were talking in general. I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying to get murdered, you got to be able to, like, real life.
Yeah.
Put the leg like this the leg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, to get
murdered. That bitch better do some set squats and
you know
sit-ups
what I'm saying?
Before,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, girls need to start doing some yoga or something, like, you know, because you be trying going in, they pushing you too
but
much.
See, that's okay. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, and that's what I was going to bring up. One topic for you, like, what makes bad sex for a man? But we'll get to that later.
Okay. That's a good
but I felt like I'd have had to do the majority of the work in order for me to really come to where I wanted to come, because I just felt like, not that I felt like when I gave him the chance to do whatever, I just ain't really feel like he was just, I don't know. I think my brain just was not letting me enjoy the shit, but I was enjoying it. And I felt like I needed to just be thrashed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went and I hotline bling, and, you know, I got what I wanted, but it wasn't that mental connection
it wasn't the
that I had with the regular niggas. So I still felt unfulfilled, and I'm just like, but you got the fucking.
See, but this
you got Wakanda.
This is the thing though. This is how this sex talk right here, but it translates almost into every part of life, right? Because you're not gonna find like all right, so like you just talk about how some dudes, they already know they got it, so they don't work hard. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with people who grew up and they were always attractive, right? So those people tend not to, like, those aren't the people that you look at and they fucking built Fortune 500 companies from the ground up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Mark Zuckerberg niggas looking out. You know what I'm saying? That's because you had you ain't just give everything wasn't handed to you.
Well, they born and shit because they really didn't have to have a personality.
Exactly. And you
learn how to finesse a bitch or anything.
Any dude who's talked to a girl who's talked to a quote unquote, well, a girl that's really, really attractive. You know what I'm saying? You notice certain things that it's like there's a lot of things that be lacking. I'm not talking about every girl, but I'm saying in a lot of cases, like when a woman is really, really attractive, it's a lot of times they'll lack substance within their own personality because they don't have to develop it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to develop a personality and try to be funny or try to be smart or try to have something intriguing about you. If every time everybody always told you, oh, you're the greatest, you're this, you're that, you know what I'm saying? And so you don't even have to develop that whole, that what you call it, that character, right? And so it's the same thing. And it's like, one thing we have to realize when it comes to relationships, I think, is that, you know, this whole idea, this is the bullshit that they spit out on social media. And you may not agree, but, like, I think that whole narrative is is dumb and it's counterproductive. Like, oh, what he won't do for you, it's some nigga out here that'll do that for you. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like probably not. Like the statistics say probably not.
I can't be the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can.
And you can do that all you want until the cows come home, and hopefully you can hit the Powerball.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Beef. I like beef.
I mean, fair enough. But my point is that, like, so.
You want to tell me I can't?
My point is that what you do, if you want to be successful, right? Like motherfuckers just be hoping that the lottery is just gonna come to them, right?
Oh, no.
Like women and men, we just hope that we're gonna find somebody who is fucking down to earth, crazy attractive, sex great, good with money, all that. Like you waiting for this lottery Powerball and then put up with your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? have all those things, then put up some of the fucked up shit that's happening with you. She is so good. I love it. It's so silly.
I feel like that touched me to my heart. Hold on.
That's real, but like
you trying to say I'm too crazy? What you trying to say?
I'm just saying. Well, all I'm saying is that like a lot of times the way that'll really help is if we start like really working on ourselves and like taking this personal accountability. Like there's some fucked up like instead of judging everybody, and don't get me wrong, we all have to judge.
But I wasn't trying. I just wanted to go to Wakanda. I just did.
So go to Wakanda.
I did.
So all right, well there you go. So, but this is the thing. Like what's the name? That book I got over there. What's the name? The Art of War. They say don't go past the mark that you set. Don't go anywhere past it because you're gonna be highly disappointed. Or you're gonna lose the war. So
that's why I don't go under 7 inches.
Well, oh my lord. So, but this is the thing though. All right, so you want a guy who's gonna thrash. Cool. If that is your particular, if it's
I just
cool,
want to know that he has the potential to do it. I don't want it all the time. I just want to know that it can happen.
But when you put these high stipulations on certain things, you gotta understand.
That's not a lot to ask for.
All right, so statistically, that's a lot to ask for. No, statistically,
can you thrash?
No, hey, look, it's girls.
Young grasshopper, you thrash?
You gotta ask this girl.
Do you believe? I know. I'm just saying. Do you know that you have the ability to thrash?
Put him on the spot. Put the camera on him.
Do you know that you have the ability to thrash?
Get the camera on him.
Do you know that you have the ability? Do you have the ability to thrash?
Yeah.
You know, it's positive. No. I'm getting a no from him. So maybe the odds are, maybe okay. I just assume that the majority of men know that they could thrash some shit out here.
But it also, at least for me, like I know I could thrash. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be the right setting for the thrashing, right? Because like if we're talking about number one, the vibe has to be nice between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what girls don't realize, especially when it comes to sex, is the amount of effort that a guy puts into the sex is based off of a lot of times how much he fucks with you. Because I tell you like this, if I know that, like, let's say, we went out on a date, everything was cool. Let's say everything wasn't cool. Let's say
something offensive. I'm just giving y'all pre-warning.
It's all good. I'm ready for it. But let's say, for example, like we go on a date or whatever the case may be, and you got a little attitude and you're annoying and you don't really hold some of the same values, but we going back to the crib and I'm like, I'm going fuck. Now, my whole goal in the fuck right here, because I know the vibe isn't there, my whole goal is going to be to get my nut. That's first and foremost. Thrashing and making sure you feel the greatest, you know what I'm saying, ain't going to be the top level on the agenda. It's going to be to get my nut off because that connection isn't there. And that's how we, like, because regardless, like for women, and, y'all better than us, because for women, y'all won't even go there. Y'all ain't feeling a nigga vibe. Y'all ain't fucking with him. Y'all just ain't gonna fuck with him. That's just gonna be it.
That's why we got tools. The one that I called to get thrashed, he's a tool. That was all he was there for. That was because I just wanted to get thrashed and go on about my business. Now, the other one, don't laugh, young thing. Young thing over there. Now listen. Now the other one,
that's why I like older women.
The connection was like totally there. It was extremely passionate. It was all of that. It was something that I had to learn for myself. Now I'm still Wakanda forever. I'm never not gonna be Wakanda forever. Y'all got me fucked up. So I still have my standard, but I know now it's more about the mental connection, and it is about the dick size for me. I ain't saying everybody else, because you know what?
You just said it don't matter no more. You just said you came to a revelation.
I know now that a nigga that's under 7 inches can please me.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I mean, I know he can please me, and I know I can get
ain't Wakanda forever. See, this is, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but
I don't know, because if
this is the thing. This is how you have to really accept your life.
Could I accept it forever?
And that's really up to you. But it's like you have to choose a trade off, because we understand that nobody's perfect, and there's nobody that's gonna align. Doop, check. Like, it's nobody that's gonna align like that. So then
it should not be this hard. It should.
You have to. But like so.
I didn't even hear what she said. But
I know. Hey, what you say, Linda? No. Repeat it.
No, what you say?
No, we gonna stop the whole podcast. What you say?
No, I said I wish I could jump into this conversation.
Girl, come over here,
Linda.
No.
Linda, come on through.
All right, we can hear you from back here. We can hear. Go ahead. What you saying? Go ahead.
You say men with dick sizes, cool. Yeah, women have their standards, but men have their standards too.
Exactly.
If your pussy that tight, then any dick can please you. You get what
that's the only reason why I felt like I could feel him, because that's the only reason why. And because now listen. It's the same thing I was explaining.
Let me repeat what she said for the what's the name. Hold on. I'm gonna let you. Let me. No. I'm gonna repeat what she said. I'm gonna repeat what she said so we could just so I don't gotta do some big wild editing. So she said that if your pussy is tight enough, then any dick could please you, roughly speaking. You know what I'm saying? So all right, you can go ahead. I just want to put that in so I gotta edit.
This is what I'm gonna say. If I was in a relationship with someone for 3.5 years and this nigga got a 9-inch dick, what the fuck you mean?
I mean, look, you've already beat your pussy's brains in to the point where
it's my fault that I was blessed to be with a nigga that was fucking 9 inch dick.
It's not. I'm just playing.
Fuck y'all mean? So it's my pussy fault because I was getting good dick for all that time.
No, it's not.
No. But so at the end of the day, the only reason why I could enjoy it is because I'm not a whore and I'm not out here with my pussy like that. So I went like 6 months without having sex. You see what I'm saying? So my body went back to manufactured status. So that's the only way I could.
Is that a myth?
No, it's definitely not a myth.
I be wondering, like, girls be saying like they joint snap. I mean, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying because girls be like, they always like, my joint snap back, and I be like, damn, I couldn't tell. It's like, I mean, I'm fucking, but on some real shit. Because this is the thing. Imagine it's trade-offs though. It's trade-offs because imagine, right? Imagine like you got to start making these decisions that are based off of not the immediate, but like the long term. So let's say you start talking to Big Wild, Mr. Marcus, dumb, his joint 12. Let's just say it like that.
I don't want nothing that big.
All right, but fair enough. Let's say whatever. Let's say he cool with you, whatever. Let's just say it happens. Right?
I done seen some jokes. I just said no.
Well, there you go. But you have to make those decisions because guess what? No. If y'all be in a relationship and y'all don't work out, you are done forever. Your shit is done. Ain't nobody that's 8 gonna be able to do nothing with 12.
No, because if you go a good duration of time and you don't have sex, it should go. Now hold on. When I was in middle school, I was in middle school, so I wasn't even fucking nothing like that. So I had no ideas what this meant. But I remember being in art class, and this girl came in, and she said, so and so, because like back in the day, we used to be young and shit talking to grown ass men, and we didn't know that was like some pedophile ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Some real chester molester ass shit. So this girl was talking to this older man. He was like in his 20s or something. Mind you, we in middle school, and she said the nigga said I ain't had no walls. But I had no idea what the fuck that meant until I was an adult. Now, why a bitch in middle school out here having a grown ass man tell her she ain't got no walls? I don't fucking know. How fuck a bitch end up with no walls? I don't know. We could probably have some other people. I would love to have a discussion with some pro professionals so we can talk about that. Y'all know some like pro ass bitches. So I would love to interview some prostitutes. That would be amazing.
I actually did.
Did you?
I never posted the video, but I actually did interview a prostitute. And so we were talking about.
I would love.
And she was very intriguing because we were talking about some of the how dumb the sex laws are, right? Because she was saying that, all right, so mind you, I told this, but whatever. So if me and you, if me and you decided that you was going to let me pay to fuck you, right? And the police walked in, you know what I'm saying? For that reason, whatever, they got something. I don't know. Somebody told
that was some money for some groceries,
or whatever. It don't matter. Like if they come in and they know it was a prostitute transaction, we're going to jail, collect both. For prostitution and what's the name. But if me and you was to have sex right here and right now in front of these cameras, that wouldn't be. But I'm paying you. We had the same understanding, but the cameras are there.
Right.
It's not prostitution. It's porn.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So ain't that arbitrary shit? Isn't that bullshit? Because all I got to do is I can just put a camera right here, right? We could decide right here. Throw the cameras away. And then me and you, a transaction where I'm paying you whatever the fuck, however much money they be charging, like to fuck, that's illegal. But as soon as we turn these cameras on, it's legal. Ain't that some bullshit?
I don't know nothing about the sex laws because I ain't no whole professional.
But that is
very
though.
intriguing.
Because you acting like these porn stars don't get paid. So if we know that porn stars get paid to have sex, how is that not prostitution? Right?
I don't know. I just know a couple bitches got a hoe in the go bag in their trunk, but I would love
I know
to
plenty
have.
of like you already know it, girl. Son, like you be like, you go pick up a joint. And
niggas
she got
be
a
having a hoe in the go bag.
That's true.
Niggas definitely got hoe in the go. I know.
I
know a nigga keep wet wipes in his trunk.
Ain't nothing wrong with the wet wipes.
You should keep some wet wipes in the trunk.
Wet wipes is all right.
Look, that nigga give a fuck about your hygiene. You need to fuck around and just go ahead with. You need to fuck around with the fuck around. Like, go ahead, wipe that joint up, boo. Don't even go on out there like that. Go ahead. Listen,
I be
Linda.
a dickhead though. I do be like, all right, towels is over there. Washcloths over there.
Nah, that's a spontaneous nigga. That's a spontaneous. That nigga sage. Got to be a sage. That nigga savage as shit. Niggas got some wet wipes in the hoe in the go bag in their trunk. That nigga was trying to fuck a bitch in the park a couple times or two. Trust me.
I mean, that's all niggas used to fuck back in the day. I used to, because niggas.
You've had sex in the park before?
Fuck yeah. What? Because, all right, at the end of the day, remember, like, when I was 16, when I started having sex for real, I think I was like 15. But when I started having sex, I had a car. Now, mind you, I stayed with my parents.
Oh, so you
can't fuck in that joint. And more than likely, I can't fuck in your house.
Yeah.
So where the fuck we gonna go? My car. And back in the day, you used to be able to park at like, you know, the little wreck park. Now, they motherfucking park police is up on your ass regardless. Like, they, in 5 seconds, you can't even get your drawers on.
I heard, speaking of sex laws, I heard that if you get caught now having sex in a public park, you get put on the sex offenders list. Is that true?
I'm not sure, but
I think
I heard something like that too.
And I seen a meme about that shit. That's what made me think that shit is true. Son, if you sliding down 95, getting the bombest fucking skullduggery in your life, and some soccer mom see you getting neck down, run your call to people like, hey, son, bloop, 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 yeah. Getting in that. Son was gone. You get pulled over, end up on the sex offenders list because the child,
so any
the soccer mom,
like any breaking any sex. It seems like any breaking of any sexual law could line you in that sexual assault joint, right?
That would be fucked up to be on sex offenders list for getting some head from your bitch going down 95, young.
And you was like, but
look, that changed your whole life. You fucked over now.
Hey, look, cause Monte wild at it. He wild nigga right here.
Look. Next time a bitch hit me, bitch gonna try to hit him with the motherfucker. He gonna be like, hey, go ahead, son.
A1 cameraman,
I ain't even about to take no charges fucking around with you no more.
He's wild.
Y'all bitches wild.
It's like that.
I ain't doing it in the
But that shit real though. But that's why we gotta like fix some of these laws, because that shit is fucking petty as shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Let's say you get up, you know what I'm saying? We like, hey man, we had a great podcast, and I slap you on the butt. Technically, you know what I'm saying? I just sexually assaulted you. You know what I'm saying? Should I get put on the sex offenders list for that?
No.
Fuck no. Oh, and this is what I wanted to get to, because this is what me and my sister argue about all the time, because she thinks that she's right with very little knowledge.
Because women are all right.
We were talking about Me Too, the Me Too movement, right? So obviously there needs to be they're talking about this rape culture, right? So I think rape culture itself is a myth, right? Because a culture, if you're gonna say that the culture,
I don't like that term rape culture at all. I don't like that shit at all.
It's not, because at the end of the day, like obviously we got 3 niggas in here, right? 3 niggas in here. I ain't never seen them do any extra shit that would even count towards that. And if you're gonna say this a rape culture, then that means that the majority of men either participate or condone acts of rape.
Explain rape culture to me for real.
All right, so this is the idea. This is the idea. All right, so we know what rape is, right? We know what rape is. Force, take the pussy. Got you. You know what I'm saying? That shit is incredibly fucked up, and no nigga fucks with that shit. So, but then there's these things that they've incorporated as the part of they talking about that contributes to rape culture, right? So that could be like catcalling, like, hey, ma, such and such. What do you do? And you know, Monte famous for, hey, shorty. It's like, nah, he got a girl. He chilling. He's a model citizen, right? But like they're taking everything, like, so they're going from rape to the lowest denominator.
I grab asses in the club. So is that rape? Because like if I'm drunk, if I'm off the motherfucker,
but you're not a man though. You're not a man, so nobody gives a fuck. But that's the
I know
part
y'all niggas. I know y'all done got your ass grabbed in the club before. You done got your ass grabbed in the club before? Never.
No, by a girl.
Y'all have never got your ass grabbed in the fucking club.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You are an outlier.
Are you serious?
You are not. You are an outlier.
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't never had no girl.
No, I know so many bitches that do that.
If a girl slap my ass in the club, I'd be like, oh yeah,
that do
let me get your number because obviously you gonna let me hit.
Ain't nah. I don't know. Maybe it must be older thing. I done been in the motherfucking club before, especially if you already been talking to a nigga or something like that at the bar. Something you slide off. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, yeah, hit me later, off some shit like that. Like niggas don't be saying nothing about that shit for real, for real.
Yeah, man.
Bitches be getting their ass snapped on all the time in a fucking go-go. Like, come on.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's fucking. So that's what that's the problems with, and then it has other things like where we're talking about like that somehow if you are a person that has a disagreement about certain parts of like, because this is what happens with me and my sister. Like I gotta just keep it a buck. What happens is I'll sit up here and I'll say, well, I think that there should be a judicial process before we outright call a man a rapist. I don't think that a girl should just be able to just jump out the box, call a nigga a rapist, and then we all accept it. Just like I can't just call out that you're a murderer, right? And we all accept it. There has to be a due process of law. And that's all I'm saying, right? But if you say that, then you're going against the Me Too narrative, and all of a sudden, oh, you sound like one of these Bill Cosby ass niggas. You cool with this shit. And I'm like, son, what the? So just for me having a difference of opinion, all of a sudden I'm cool with this shit? Like I don't understand. Like, and so that's where we're at right now. We're so polarized that it's like even the littlest of shit. Like if you don't agree with me on all of the things that all the fucking areas that I believe in, then you must be for the other side. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think that's a fucking problem, man. And I think that we gotta get together for this. We gotta get together for these motherfuckers because I think the motherfuckers who's leading this shit, but just keep it a buck. The motherfuckers who's leading this shit is these. First is I'm about to fuck myself up. All right, so all right. I think that
because I'm looking at I'm waiting to hear what
I think the people that are leading this whole a lot of these extreme movements are people that don't really feel oppression at all, and they just want to have you know what when you say that you're being oppressed, right? You get a certain level of respect and empathy, right? So it's like, oh, I'm black, I'm oppressed. Cool. Certain people are gonna fuck with that. Oh, I'm gay, I'm oppressed. Cool. Oh, I'm a transgender, I'm oppressed. Oh, I fucking think I'm a man one day and a woman another day, big wild. I'm oppressed. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is all, it's this fucking oppression Olympics that doesn't help anything, doesn't promote any productivity, and all it does is give us an excuse to not take full responsibility about our fucking actions.
Okay, so this is my thing. So in regards to, I guess, this whole term rape culture, I think it all derives from people being in the industry and feeling like based on their talent, they should have been afforded certain opportunities.
That's true.
Because someone was in a certain position of power, and this don't even necessarily have to do with the entertainment industry, because I've dealt with this in my job. You know what I'm saying? I've seen certain supervisors.
What do you mean?
I've seen certain supervisors that they don't get no pussy outside of their work building.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But in their building, because they're the building director or whatever the fuck it is, they have a certain level of power. So they wield it around in the building, and they flirt with these women, and they offer them certain levels of promotion as long as you deal with them in that certain way. But if you reject them, your life is a living hell.
That's a fact. And those are the people that
I think that's where the Me Too movement started from, to give those women a voice that were not being afforded an opportunity because they didn't want to have sex with certain directors. Fair. Now this other stuff, now when Bill Cosby and everything and all this other stuff came in, I feel like that got piled on to it.
Right. And I think that if we're gonna be fair, right, if we really want to get this shit out the way, then we gotta be fair. And the realities of being fair is that hey, Monte stole my black. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw that out there, man. He a wild ass nigga. A1 cameraman, wow, bro. You a wild ass nigga. It's like nah. But like my whole thing is that like we can't just hold the men accountable, right? If we really want this so-called culture to stop being fucked up, then we also need to hold the women who take advantage of this system. And because at the end of the day, you have motherfuckers like that got taken advantage of by Harvey Weinstein, right?
So by that standard, do you agree with the cause behind the Me Too movement?
Absolutely.
In regards to what I just spoke on Harvey Weinstein.
I do absolutely agree. And but I think that the part that they're missing is they also, but let's not just shade it in the men. You also need to take we also need to hold people accountable of the women that are taking advantage of that. So we're talking about like,
but there's women directors that do that shit to men too.
Fair, but what I'm talking
and men, gay directors and that's what I'm saying. Do this shit to men.
So all right. So we need to So let me not put it in a gender. We need to take the people that are committing, that are using their power, right? And then we also need to take the people that understand what the system is and are using it for their own gains. So if you fuck a nigga, right? So you talking about in the job, right? Let's talk about like what happened in Capitol Heights. So we had the joint. We happened in Capitol Heights at the Dave & Buster's at the Dave & Buster's. This dude is going down. But basically, he was basically forcing women. Basically, he was giving people hours based on whether you suck my dick that day.
Oh nah, like right. For real.
Or wait, I'm
Slim wild as shit.
Exactly. I'm what do you call it? I'm That's obviously that's not a detail. Shit. That's not a detailed description of it, but it was something like that. So the people that should be getting in trouble for that, right, is not just the manager that.
The bitches that was sucking a dick need to be getting in trouble too. No, okay, all right. So I'm not. Okay, listen. I'm about to, and I don't give a fuck because I don't work there no more. So I don't give a fuck.
That's a clip. See, I got one person agree with me.
I don't give a fuck because I don't work at this job no more, so I don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna drop some little tea about what the fuck was going on in my building. So in my job, the building director was fucking all of the bitches in the building. It caused a whole lot of discord throughout the staff. Okay, and this
when
is
you say
thing.
You don't give a fuck, are you gonna name this job or no?
I mean, if y'all watch my video, y'all should know where I worked at.
So I don't have to edit it?
No.
Respect. All right,
go ahead, continue. But like I was saying, this person was using his power as a building director, and he was fucking the staff. You know what I'm saying? And it caused a lot of discord amongst the staff because the main broad that he was fucking, she was coming in with Michael Kors bags and all this shit, and she thought that she could wield power. Because
that is a power.
That is a power.
That is.
And she was in the specific role of power. Now, this is my thing. If this man fucking this girl put her in a certain position of power where she was abusing her authority with the staff and really created a very toxic environment, if they fired him, why the fuck she still work there?
Thank you. Can I get some dap? You dap me up on that motherfucking shit?
Exactly. No, like, because I don't understand that shit. I don't understand this shit. If he had to go, that bitch need to go too. And why is she still in that position? Why she still got that same role?
When we're talking about
she sucked dick, she Monica Lewinsky
really
her way up.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're really about the Me Too movement, then we shouldn't just get the men in. We should get the men that are in power, that are abusing the power, but we should also get the women that are taking advantage of this system, or men that are taking advantage of this system in order to elevate themselves. So what happens is just like with let's say just like with gang laws, right? With gang laws, if you was the kingpin, right? It ain't just you that go down, right? You orchestrated everything. You was putting everything in motion. But your man, the lower level niggas that was out here helping you facilitate that, they need to get the fuck up out of here too. So since we can hold the gangs, right? So it ain't just the top nigga that goddamn go to jail. Everybody go to jail. We should hold the same thing for Me Too. It ain't just the nigga that fucking was manipulating women and taking advantage of his power to force or coerce women to in sexual situations for the advancement of their job. We need to also put in jail and hold accountable the women who were actively using that as well in order to advance their job.
Hell yeah. Especially if you accepted that job and your position was pushed up due to that, you and him definitely need to be fired. I don't understand why the girl still works there.
How complicated
and the girl still works there.
And I can understand how complicated it is because, of course, like, let's say if I was the woman that was using it,
they look
I could
at
just
the
use
women like they're a victim, and I don't get that shit. Bitch, you not no fucking victim. Can't nobody make me put dick in my mouth.
Here's the counter argument though. This is the argument she would make.
Fuck you mean?
That a person in that position could always say, well, I felt just as coerced as everybody else, right? And that's where it gets complicated. And that's where it gets muddy. So people just disregard, because that part is complicated, where we would have to put in investigations and really go through we would have to do an incredible investigation to figure out how complicit was
hey nigga,
the person.
I go to Fox 5 News. Ain't no nigga gonna coerce me to put no dick in my mouth on everything. I'd be like, oh, Fox 5. Like shit. That's what cell phones is for. Oh yeah, I'd have sit there and I'd act like I was doing I'm gonna do whatever. And I'd have been sitting there recording like shit. I took this shit right to Fox 5. And look, I'm not putting nobody dick in my mouth from now.
And Charlemagne talked about that as well. Charlemagne talked about being in the industry of the cash and the couch, in which case he had to fuck. He was coerced to fuck a high level executive woman.
That's what I'm saying. That be happening to men too. Right. Especially
we just throw that out in the box. Oh, he good.
Especially in the industry. I don't know how old y'all are. I'm a little older, but I don't know if y'all know about the Corey boys, Corey Feldman and Corey. You know what I'm talking about? There was one that was like really into Michael Jackson, and the other one he died. Okay, so those boys were molested from children throughout the industry. What about these kids as well? Like, it's so much bigger than that. You do have the Me Too movement. I do feel like it's a purpose. I feel like people are taking it out of context and giving it a bad name. Because I think Corey Feldman, or whichever one is still alive, he was part of the movement too, and he was trying to blast some execs and stuff like that because they used these little kids as sex toys throughout the fucking industry. All them little Disney kids, a lot of the motherfuckers was molested and was passed around as, you know what I'm saying, like little sex toys and stuff like that. And they're just, the Me Too movement is really something that helped bring the light to it. So I really don't like the people that are taking the purpose of what this movement is for and putting such a bad.
And the problem is, it's a lot of the people that tend to be the talking points, the most outspoken, and the people that they're putting on TV that are presenting this argument crazy. Like, let's not. Is everybody talking about Terry Crews? Right. Didn't they just throw out his case?
Yeah.
They threw out his case
because it's a black man.
But all right, this gay movie director, right? This gay movie director who
was it a white man? Right.
Yeah, it was a gay white guy, and so
that's why, because
he was at a little party and he was like, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, you know, da 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 da, let me grab your dick, da 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 da, you know what I'm saying, like, and so this is the problem why people can't fuck with the movie, why that would deteriorate people from fucking with the movie.
What if Terry Crews would have knocked that nigga clear the fuck out?
Exactly,
but not for real. Who would have went to jail? Like, Terry Crews would have went to jail if he would have cold knocked that nigga the fuck out, yeah.
Facts. But like even if he didn't knock him out, the problem with it is that this is the problem with your argument is because it's not intellectually consistent. Because if you're basically when you hold the Me Too movement, you're holding that no person, whether man or female, shall use their power of position to coerce or use their power in order to coerce people into sex and or put people in sexual situations, i.e. Louis Black. How you saying? Louis Black, red hair nigga that was jerking off in front of the girl.
What?
Right. And in front of, and like so people can't like, but if you're gonna be intellectually consistent, then the Me Too people need to be on top of that just as much as anything else. Matter of fact, even more so to show their consistency. That Terry Crews was a nigga who motherfucking he was in a motherfucking party, and a person of power felt like he could sexually assault him,
and if
that's
he would have hit him, Terry Crews would have lost. And even in trying to fight him legally, he's still taking an L because it's a gay white man. So who is protecting these people? Because if Terry would have hit him, he'd have got locked up. And then if his case just got thrown out because this is a white gay man in power, who is protecting these people? So it's like we don't need these people like the I don't believe that all of the people that accuse Bill Cosby of doing shit that I do feel like Bill Cosby did something. He did something, but I don't believe that all 50 something of those extra people that's just trying to put add salt in the game, just trying to put their name and shit. Those are the people that are fucking up for people like Terry Crews, the people that is losing on both ends of the goddamn sword.
And those are people that are what do I say, diluting they're diluting the cause. They're diluting the message, because this is my thing. So if we want to when you assault, and this is my real problem with rape culture, because I do have a real issue with rape, because I heard it was one video, and you might have seen it, where the girl was on Instagram Live, and the girl in the other room was getting.
Oh yeah.
And anybody who heard that, man, if I heard that shit, you talking about this way.
That girl was screaming.
She was screaming, no, like leave me alone. You're hurt. You're breaking me. She's literally saying you're breaking me. Why does anybody who heard that, men and women included, like I heard that shit, I was like, this nigga needs to be dead.
Yeah.
And so when you put that on the same level as catcalling, and it's all a part of the same. No, bruh. And that's why I'm saying, don't dilute the message if you really care about this rape.
Because that was brutal.
That shit was
like me just picturing it back in my brain. It's so like taking me out right now.
It brought you. It hit something inside.
Yeah. Because, me just thinking about it.
You gotta be a wild ass person. There's no way.
And that girl
no way
sat
a man.
There, and she just recorded emotional, and it's like she did not give a fuck about the
and
fact
she was talking about what she brought, like, no, I don't give a fuck whether they was friends.
Why are people like that not in jail?
In a relationship, where they was in a relationship or anything like that, I don't give a fuck. Anybody who heard that.
Anybody that heard that, it was sitting in that room and did not do nothing. God. Every last one of them need to be the fuck in jail.
Bruh, like
you are an accessory to a fucking rape. That was brutal. That was fucking brutal.
She was brutal, bro. Like I mean, I'll play it for you.
She was screaming for her fucking life. Do you hear me?
But that joint was like, it was like when you just heard it, you were just like, any man or woman, there's no way. And that's how I know it's not rape culture, because even us as men, you would hear that and you'd be like, son, where this nigga at, son? If I seen this nigga walking down the street, I'd knock his ass smooth out. Like, because that's wild. That's you're beyond wild. You are a person that should not be amongst people.
Why would you even want to take pussy that's fighting with you like that? What pleasure are you getting out of some shit like that?
And that's why I'm saying most niggas aren't rapists. Because I can tell you like this, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Like I'm gonna keep it $1. Like, I've had endless girls that fucking, we were drunk as shit. She was drunk, she passed out. I can't fuck a dead body. Can't do it.
I was just about to say that.
Dick gonna get soft.
I was about to say that.
If you don't even feel, if I'm fucking you and you ain't even making no noise,
fucking me back, yeah.
And you ain't even, you just like, I'm gonna hurry up and get my nut, because I'm gonna go soft before the nut happens. I'm gonna just keep it $1. For me, I'm going to get soft as a goddamn as a slug. You hear me? So that lets, I mean, obviously that lets me know that I couldn't rape. But like at the same time, it's like
that is kind of rape though. Like if you could sit there, a girl that's passed
fuck
out,
a dead body,
that's disgusting.
And that's wild. And that's and the fucked up part about it is it's two things with that. Because number one, historically, us is especially, I don't understand how you could be pro-black and then also be all on board with all the Me Too that's talking about, because at the end of the day, black men, right? We have historically been the victims of people lying about rape on us. Emmett Till was a motherfucker who said that he whistled at her.
Oh my God.
And they lynch mobbed that man and destroy his fucking face to the point where his mother couldn't even show. His mother showed the casket, but you couldn't even recognize who the fuck he was. So us as, I feel like us as black people need to be very skeptical of a movement that tries to incorporate that doesn't look like it's all on, like it's vouching for us. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one part about it. But then the other part about it, I think, is also that at the end of the day, us men are not your enemy. You know what I'm saying? Men are not your enemy, and that's another thing that I feel like oh, people need to stop being more masculine, and if they was more feminine and all this shit. No. Men are not your enemy.
Who the fuck said that shit?
Man, it's a lot of bullshit going on. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like Joe know, Monte know. I'm into politics, and I'm listening to everybody. I listen to conservatives, Democrats. I listen to everybody, and I'm in this shit, and I listen, and I be like, damn, it's a real live fucking epidemic of fucking just extremism and value signaling, like, and it's not real, and it's dangerous, and so I'm like at the end of the day, like you need us men just like we need women to be allies. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it came to the women's suffragist movement, the women that came to vote. Like at the end of the day, why do women have the ability to vote? Oh, because women fought for that shit. Son, if men didn't agree to that shit, it wouldn't have happened. Like, you had to have legislators that said, okay, we're cool. Like, yo, we need to get these women up in here because, number one, they got some votes, and we need that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is that you have to, like, don't leave us men out when it comes to fighting these movements, because the only thing you're doing is you're alienating your own cause. Because you need to incorporate us, and that's why I'm talking about when we talk about equality. Let's not alienate white people to the point where we're saying that they have no business speaking on any issues. They can't talk about nothing that happens with black people, because at the end of the day, if what you want is equality, if what you want is everybody to have a fair shot, not an equal outcome, but a fair shot at the game, then everybody needs to come together in order to make that happen. And that needs to be our main focus. Let's stop demonizing people. And that's what I talk about on the show, man. I talk about equality. Let's talk about bringing people together. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it in on the earlier controversy. And I'll probably fucking do my own little shit after this. But at the end of the day, motherfuckers get mad at Tim, right?
Yes,
because
I'm getting about that.
Motherfuckers getting mad at Tim because I'm giving a dude that has a different opinion than you guys that are obviously have clout and things of that nature, and you're mad that I'm giving him a platform, or you're mad that he's talking shit about such and such. And at the end of the day, that's just not a productive conversation. What I want is equality. I want everybody to have a fair shake at it. You know what I'm saying? And when I go in this podcast shit, this is exactly why I didn't rely on other people to fucking fund my shit. This is exactly why everything you see in here, everything I've done from the beginning has been out of Tim's own pocket. Because I'm going to do this show the way the fuck I want to do this show. Straight up. And I know the type of guy that I am. I'm an equal dude. I'm going to listen to you, and then I'm going to listen to you. You can beef with each other. Everybody could beef. I could give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I want to present both sides of the coin, because I think that that's important. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody, including motherfuckers hitting me up off the 8 a.m., got an issue with me because I fucking posted some shit that you can't even prove that's not true. You got an issue with me because I'm posting some shit that a nigga showed me the shit and he's talking some facts. You mad at me because I posted that nigga because he goes against what you're talking about. I don't give a fuck. None of you niggas pay me. Nobody pays me at the end of the day. And niggas always here talking about, hey, man, you just mad because we get money. Let's keep it a buck. Joe, we got Joe on his face. We got Joe, what are you talking about? Joe looking at it. Let's keep it a cold 1,000. We know what Tim cleared last year. All right? I work for Metro. I'm not sicing it. I'm not doing none of that.
But you can't control what come out of people's mouths. So
I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried about, number one, at the end of the day, niggas talk, I'm not worried about what money you're getting because I'm straight over here. I'm straight. I promise you. I'm good. My family's good. Everybody's good. I'm not worrying about the money that y'all making, or not really y'all, but certain people are making that live at their parents' house.
Lord of mercy.
Let's keep it a stack. That live at their parents' house.
Lord of mercy.
Making videos out their parents' house. Like, at the end of the day, I don't want to go back and forth when it comes to the bread because I don't even value money. Y'all, money is a tool. Money is a tool to finesse your real dreams. Motherfuckers be obsessed with this money shit. Like that shit means something.
Number one, y'all should be doing this shit for the passion. And like I said, you can't control what somebody says out of their mouth. And it's like I said earlier before we started recording, like at the end of the day, everybody has different thoughts. Okay? Everyone has different thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So just because someone feels a certain way about something, I could listen to you and I could totally understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I could listen to what somebody else is saying about the situation, and I might not have thought about it that way. You know what I'm saying? And I could understand where everyone is coming from and still be neutral in the situation. Exactly. And you can't control, just as like me talking about, I like niggas that got dicks over 7 inches. Everybody don't fucking agree with me on that. That's the way I feel. Exactly. But there's a lot of women that most definitely understand where I'm coming from. And like I said, I talk to women, and they be like, I don't even like a nigga that got. I like regular.
I've heard women who say that too.
I hear women that say that all the time.
Like, I ain't even about to have no I can't. That shit hurt.
And on my that's what I get. And on my YouTube page, I have certain people try to tell me, well, don't be saying that because that don't represent me. But I'm representing me. This is my page. You can't tell me what to say. Or what to, you know what I'm saying? And when I do videos with other people, I have no idea what the fuck is going to come out of people's mouth. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I definitely give people the opportunity and the chance to speak their piece. And I like to hear different opinions on things like that. And people could just agree to fucking disagree.
And that's my whole thing. And I don't demonize anybody for feeling the way that they feel. At the end of the day, like, look, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is putting money in Tim's pocket? Nobody. All right? Metro is, kind of. Nah, they are. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nobody's putting money in my pocket. So, and even if you was, I'm still entitled to move the way that I want to move and deliver the messages that I want to deliver. And let me get it clear on the message that I'm trying to deliver. With a lot of people I have on my podcast and with a lot of people I come into contact with, I understand, and this is not aggrandizing. It really is not. Because I know I'm not smart. I just listen to what smart people say. At the end of the day, motherfuckers feel like they're so right about these issues. They haven't. Some of the research that they've done is either just doing clickbait or fucking looking at YouTube. Or not like doing no type of like literal scholarship when it comes to actually educating themselves on the issues. And then they feel like they could give their opinion to me, which is fine. But then talk about their opinion as if it's 100% fact. The fact that you think that your whatever it is that you believe is 100% fact, and you are not Jesus Christ, you are not God, you are not Allah. The smartest people in the world will tell you in any subject, whether it be quantum physics, whether it be Sam Harris and neuroscientists, the smartest people will tell you straight up, this is what I've got. This is what I've got based on the information. I'm going to go with it. Basically, I'm going to go with it because, you know, I'm going based off of reason, and I'm taking the information, and this is my opinion. But obviously, it can change because I don't know everything, because I'm not Jesus Christ or Allah or God or whatever you want to think that the ultimate being is. So the fact that you think that you're 100% right and I'm 100% wrong says a lot more about your narcissism than mine. And that's all the fuck I got to say on that.
It's a platform for discussion. I mean, it's an open platform for discussion. Everybody could agree to disagree, but it's an open table for discussion so that everyone could come and we can hear everybody's differences and everybody's opinions. It's not, I mean, no one's going to make me take their opinion, and I'm not forcing my opinion on nobody, but that's what our platforms are for. If you don't like it, don't watch our fucking content. Straight up like that. That's exactly what I tell people every day. I ain't gonna change nothing on my motherfucking shit for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Straight like that, man. DMV Speaks. This was another great episode. It went from motherfucking sex talk to fucking real shit.
No bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for
We're
having
obviously
me.
going to do it again. And you know what I'm saying? We obviously, me and Rez have a lot of new things in the works. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But
y'all got some topics. Send us some topics, y'all. Send some topics. Listen,
please,
everything.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
All right. So first off, if anyone is into the tarot card readings, like I said, follow my hashtag Scorpion REDDZ Tarot. I do free monthly readings for all zodiac signs on my YouTube page. That's Scorpion REDDZ. All together, YouTube, Scorpion REDDZ. You can book a reading with me at Scorpion REDDZ Tarot at Simply Book Me. All right. Follow the Morning Slide hashtag. I post on my YouTube and my Instagram Monday through Friday. I drop randomly in the morning between 8:30 and 11:45. So I'll catch y'all on the interwebs.
Hey, look, I know Dave Ruffin said he got it from somebody else, but I loved it when he said it. Look, I done spoke my mind, and I'm going to keep on doing my shit regardless, because at the end of the day, nobody pays him. And it's just like that. I'm going to holler at you.